friends, welcome back to my channel. So yesterday I filmed a reading rush TBR with Bookopoly, and then today I found a different readathon that's less popular, but I feel like I would like more than participating in the reading rush. So I'm going to redo my TBR. And honestly, there were just a couple of reasons I didn't want to do the reading rush one, but it kind of sounded fun. This one is a month-long readathon, which I love, and it's just more geared towards what I want to do. I'm going to school to be a teacher. This one is called the Summer School Readathon. So you have 7 different prompts with 8 different books. I have 7 books on my TBR already, so I'm going to try and get these books on here first. And another reason that I'm redoing it is because I was having issues making my clips into a video. I know, just booktuber things. But with this one, if I can't figure it out, then I'm going to have my husband help me. He just doesn't know it yet. So, let's get into this video. Oh, I should probably tell you. So, I think I already said this. There are 7 prompts, but one of them is like a 2-book prompt. So, there are up to 8. I think I'm going to take 8 turns to do every prompt. But if I only do the first 5, then that's okay. The other 3 are extra credit. And then they're pretty broad, so I could really use any book for them. I'll get into that later. So let's just take our first turn. Alright, turn number 1, and we're starting where July's Bookopoly ended. 3, 1, 2, 3. Thromp Ruins. Okay, so our first space was Thromp Ruins, which it works perfectly for this readathon because one of the prompts is social studies. So the creator over at Aldous Books, she said you can interpret it however you want. I'll link the announcement video down below in the description box. But for this one, Thromp Ruins is an audiobook. And I'm gonna kind of read half on audio, half physical. But I have All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. And this is a historical fiction, so it works for social studies. It's about World War II, and maybe some kind of love story happens. I don't know for sure, but it's a chunker, kinda. It looks like a chunker, but I think it's only like 400. Oh, just kidding. It's 530 pages, which is very much outside my comfort zone because I don't read historical fiction often. But I'm ready. I think this one might break my heart a little bit too. But I'm ready for it. And then me and Kaylani, SimplyMe, I'll link her channel below too. We are going to be buddy reading this. So I got the audiobook on the Libby app to kind of help me get through it. Like I said, I don't read historical fiction. It's a good start though. Alright, number 2 is 2. 1, 2. Okay, I'm doing a different readathon, so I need you to come pick another book.
Let's see. What do we have here? I already know which one to pick. I've been looking at it for months at the different bookstores, and you finally got it today. You need to read it.
Okay. I'm actually really excited for that one.
Good. So I picked a winner.
So I don't know which prompt I'm going to read this for, but I took a children's literature class last year at university, and we got to read a ton, but each week we had to check out a book and read it depending on, like, this one was for diversity in the classroom, and it's The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie, art by Ellen Forney. So I did not get this book. I got Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. That was so freaking good. So I don't regret reading that one or getting that one. But this was also one that I was super interested in and I never got to read. So I've been looking at it for the past year. My husband's right. Because it looks like it's written by, a kid, like a diary type thing, and then there's pictures, and oh my gosh, it's gonna be a really good read, and I'm just afraid that it might make me cry if it's anything like Brown Girl Dreaming was. So I'm excited for this one. Let's go to roll number 3, and then I'll figure out the prompts for the readathon later, and we'll go through it at the end. Alright, so number 3. I'm so glad I'm not actually going extra for the doubles. Shy Guy Falls, I believe that's a male author. So for Shy Guy Falls, that is a male author, and I can't believe it didn't just come to me right away. It actually took me far longer than it should have to think of this. But this will be one of the extra credit, which is Common Core Parafiction with a nonfiction. So this can be the nonfiction that I pair it with. And I know what book I want to put on my TBR for the fiction, for the fiction. So hopefully it works out. But that is Who's Afraid of a Large Black Man by Charles Barkley. So he is male, he is a large black man, and he talks about his life regarding racism and how it's affected him and how the world needs to change. And that is something that I've been wanting to learn more about, educate myself on, but it's also something that I'm kind of scared to learn about, if I'm being honest. But I'm excited for it, kind of, but kind of terrified. But that will definitely work for that prompt. Alright, book number 4 will be 7. Ooh, okay, it's a star prompt. Let's see, hopefully it's something good. Oh, okay, so it's a writer's challenge. So basically, at some point in July, I'm supposed to read something I wrote on video and post it. Hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. I don't know. But I am a writer. At least I try to be. And at one point I was published. So I could share one of my children's books or a poem or something. Yeah, so this one's going to take a little bit of planning, but I'll definitely do that. Then there is 9. Rainbow Road. So it has to have representation of some sort in it. Okay. So for Rainbow Road, I am going to actually pick. So I picked this for the nonfiction part of Common Core. So for the fiction part, I'm going to use Spin by Lamar Giles, which I'm not sure how much this actually talks about racism, if I'm being completely honest with you. I just know it's a fiction story about this colored girl who's a DJ, and when she's at one of the parties DJing, she drops dead. And that sounds amazing. Like, I want to know what happened and why they killed her. Or, like, if someone killed her. Like, I just want to know what happened. I want to know the mystery. So, this is our extra credit prompts. This is the first extra credit prompt. The nonfiction matched with the fiction. And then, the other extra credit prompt was research. A topic that is new to you or challenges your thinking. And for this, I actually was more introduced to this topic last year again when I took a social justice class at university, and we dove into it a little bit, but not nearly enough. So for that one, I'm going to be reading The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. So this is the one that my husband picked, but it's also one that I've been wanting to read for a very long time, and I finally got my hands on it, because you cannot beat that price. And I went thrift shopping today. At the thrift store I went to, it's buy 4 books, get the 5th free. So it was free. But, yes, bonus. Alright, so the extra credit's done. We have one of the regular prompts, which is social studies. So we need 4 more turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 4 more turns. We're halfway there. Alright. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's an out of comfort zone read. Okay, so for this one, I landed on the cube, which is out of comfort zone read. So this one was already on my July TBR. I know. I'm just trying to use those books up so that I don't have too many books on my TBR. But I am using this for the science prompt because it's the Martian. It takes place in space. You can learn about things like gravity and stars and Mars because he's in Mars or on Mars when he gets trapped in space. So it counts for my science prompt, and it's definitely out of my comfort zone. I would not have picked this up if it weren't for so many people on BookTube talking about it, saying how good it is. I've never even seen the movie. It's just not typically my thing, but we're gonna have high hopes for it. Alright, so we're on book number 6, and that is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's a classic, which would actually work for language arts. Okay, so the Angry Smash is classics. And I'm picking the classic that my husband picked for me yesterday for the reading rush. Since I'm not going to be participating in the reading rush, I still want to read this book. It is Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. And it's like the first ever utopian book. It's about a utopia, but since utopias don't exist, it is technically the first dystopian ever written. And I love dystopian books. I haven't read one in a while, but they are definitely one of my favorite genres. So I'm excited for this one, and it counts for language arts. So let's see, I have all my extra credit done. I've got science because I've got space. I've got social studies because I have my historical fiction, and language arts with my classic. So I still need mathematics and explorations or specials like PE or art or music or lunch or oof. Okay, I still have no idea what I'm going to do for that one. So I guess 2 more turns to pick mathematics and specials. I don't know how I'm going to do this, guys. Alright, so we've only got 2 left. We're on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dolphin Shoals. So we landed on Dolphin Shoals, which had to either be a mathematics prompt or an exploration. Like, I kind of took exploration as specials, art, music, dance, or something like a club after school type of thing. And that could be like dance, cheerleading, some kind of sport that you like to play at school. So Dolphin Shoals is a wild card pick, one that you bought because of the author, cover by, or just something that you don't know a whole lot about. So for that, I'm picking Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. Honestly, I think that there's something to do with bullying and cheerleading, but I don't know for sure. But I'm counting it for cheerleading. I hope there's some kind of cheerleading in here. The reason I bought it was because Kayla from Books and Lala always talks about this book. She says how much she loved it. It's one of her favorite childhood books that she's read probably 100 times in her life, but she absolutely loved it, so I wanted to give it a shot. Alright, so our last prompt is mathematics. So let's see what Bookopoly gives me and if I can match it up. Alright, mathematics. We got another 7. It's a green arrow, which is a generated book. Uh-oh. So for this one, we got a randomly generated book. And since I need some control, I need to find a book that matches our last prompt. I'm just gonna randomly generate it with a cover color. So this has to be somewhere on the cover. Hopefully I can find a book this color that also either has like a number or something on the cover so that, or in the title, so that I can count it. Let's see. We're gonna do this one. So it's purple. I don't know what I have for purple. Let me check. Okay, so this might be a little bit of a stretch. A little bit. I'm bending the rules a tiny bit on this one. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books on here. And look at how big this one is because it's every single book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. It's like 800 pages or something. Let me check. Yeah, so it is 766 pages, and that is gonna be a chunker that takes me a while. So, since I have so many books, I did bend the rules on this one. So, this purple matches the color of the words perfectly. Ha! But it is a graphic novel, and I still have mathematics left. So it says Morning Glories Volume 1. I know, but I can't do a 13th book. Okay, I'm going to be on the road for a week during this month. So I don't know how much I'm going to read. And also, just look at this. Yeah, it's middle grade, so it should be fairly easy to read. But look at all those words. Look at that, guys. So, yeah, I'm bending the rules on that one. Okay, let's go through all the prompts for this readathon and what books I will be reading for that. The first prompt is language arts. For that, I'm picking a classic, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I'm so sorry. It's a utopia. Mathematics. Morning Glories, Volume 1. Because I could get through that fairly quick. I feel like I could get through that in one day. You know. Then social studies, All the Light We Cannot See, which was also an audiobook on Bookopoly, which is great. It's on the Libby app right now. Then science is space exploration with The Martian by Andy Weir. Out of Comfort Zone works perfectly. Then exploration, so like specials like an art, dance, a club after school, that kind of thing. Oh, sorry guys. That kind of thing. So for that, I'm picking Stargirl by Jerry Spleneni, which I believe there's cheerleading in this, so I'm counting it. Then my last 3 are extra credit, which I'm going to try to do, but I also have to work these in too. Okay? So, it's going to be a good reading month. So, Common Core is the first extra credit. And for that, you match a nonfiction with a fiction. So, the nonfiction is Who's Afraid of a Large Black Man by Charles Barkley. And the fiction is Spin by Lamar Giles. So this one deals a lot with racism. This one's more of a mystery thriller, YA maybe? Might be a thriller, but I know it's a mystery of why did she drop dead when she was DJing at a party? What happened to her? And the last one is research a topic that is new to you or challenges your thinking. And I was introduced to this topic, well, I mean, we all kind of learn about it in like middle and high school, but they don't really go in depth and tell you the whole truth. So I'm picking The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. And I just really want to read more about Indians and life for them. So, and bonus, because I'm part Indian, I don't know how much, but I'm part Indian, so I get to learn a little bit more. So these are the ones for the readathon. Takes place all month, so I can finish all of them. And then these are the ones that I really need to get to because I landed on them in July's Bookopoly. I feel like that's a lot of books. But thank you for hanging out with me and playing Bookopoly and helping me pick some books. And don't worry, I won't forget about this video. At some point this month, I have to read something that I've created, whether it be a poem or a book or a short story or, I don't know, maybe I'll read one of my old blog posts. Nah. Okay, but thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.